Testing 1 2 3 4. Testing 1 2 3 4. Testing 1 2 3 4.
If we have any trouble, I'll have to just
Okay, testing
connect it over the phone.
1 2 3 4. 1 2 3 4. 1 2 3 4. Okay, Father, maybe you could tell us what the main theme was at the NCCIJ meeting in Los Angeles. You want another cup of coffee?
No thanks. I'm just trying to think.
What the main theme was?
Trying to think of borrowing this. Trying to think of the exact title. The idea was the Church and Economic Power. Though several of the talks really didn't deal necessarily specifically with the church, like it used to be one talk. I think you could say the main theme at this convention, as in so many others, when it concerns the church, is a desire that the church reestablish her priorities. That in all her financial considerations.
Was the Black Manifesto?
The manifesto, yes. It was presumed really that the people knew what the basic concept was. No, I'll take that back because there was a talk on the manifesto itself. My problem was I was so busy in meetings that I missed some of the talks. So let's take just the manifesto. An explanation of the basic concept of reparations was given. And
did you hear the talk on the manifesto?
Yes.
Okay.
Lucius Walker. And Lucius is presently, I believe, the head of IFCO. Lucius gave a history of the idea of reparations, so the theology of it, its use in other historical contexts. And then, to show that the idea of reparations was not something that just popped out of the sky. Then he went on to say that there had been very little response to the Black Manifesto itself. Kind of got a lot of people to examine, their positions, but as far as practically speaking, very little has come through. In fact, I don't think more than $50,000 has come through.
In your opinion, was it necessary to couch the manifesto in the language it was put into?
Well, I think few people have really read the manifesto.
I'm sure they have. As a matter of fact, I read it in the recording studio here.
WDIE?
No, the studio itself, not the radio station. The studio put out a flyer in the mailboxes about all the new records, and inside it was.
Oh, is that right? The Stacks, is that the
Stacks, sure. And the manifesto was the whole thing was in it. But that was
the whole thing?
I
the manifesto
I don't
is a
know.
good.
That I don't know.
I have a copy of the manifesto.
It took up 2 pages.
Oh, the whole manifesto is it must be at least 8 pages.
Oh, was it? Well, maybe
even longer than that.
But it was the biggest thing of it I had seen.
Yeah. Really, few people have really had a chance to see the complete document written.
But it seemed to be couched again in that the black rhetoric that people can't get through.
I see. Now, I read it, but I could probably have the problem of, you read so much in this area that you look for concepts, and you can easily pass over the rhetoric so often. But I really don't think I should check when I get home. I don't think the manifesto was particularly couched in that kind of rhetoric. Any extreme degree. I think what people would tend to do in reading the manifesto, no matter how polite the words might be, would be to associate the actions of James Foreman and relate that immediately to the manifesto, irregardless of what kind of wording the manifesto is couched in. so that a person brings a whole background of images to what he read. And I think this might, but the manifesto itself, I guess, I'm just trying to recall, I guess you would probably say it was caution. I'd say blood tunes.
So I can see if I got that line right on it.
Because I'm one of these guys, I don't remember details, you know.
Okay, well.
Particularly when it's in that area, it's the stuff that you heard, you had basically heard before.
Well, then would you say the main thrust of the manifesto then is monetary compensation?
Yes, the idea that injustices have been done. It's an idea of restitution, really. Actually, theologically, it's a very sound concept. Speaking in terms of Catholicism, it is extremely traditional.
What, monetary reparation?
Well, I mean, just the idea that when something is done wrong to someone else, the person who does the wrong is bound to restore that wrong. And